I get a lot of questions about how you can design your life. And I want to use a situation that happened to me in New Orleans to help you understand how you can actually create your life like a painter. Watch this. What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Zeb, your everyday life coach, and I help you transform tomorrow today by providing you with everyday life tools. Listen, this is a very powerful concept that I want to talk to you about, and it's really along the lines of how we can go about transforming our lives from a blank canvas. And I get the question a lot when I'm coaching folks, when I'm counseling people. Dr. Zeb, how can I go about really mapping out and charting my life? And what does that look like? Well, I've been in the coaching and the career development field for a very long time and very comfortable helping people map their destinations from point A to point B. But life is much the same way and works the same way. So I want to use an example and an experience that I had to explain this. But before we do me a favor. I want you to like this video. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button so you can be notified anytime we have new content. And share this video. Share it with someone. And feel free to drop a comment in the chat area to let me know your thoughts about the video and what you think. Now, I want to talk about this because there is a way you can get to a place where you can create the life you desire, you deserve, but there's some things that have to happen first. I think this was December of last year. So December of 2021. I was in New Orleans and was walking down Bourbon Street and just having a good time. I actually went down there for a couple of days just to kind of get away. And I remember walking down Bourbon Street and there was this guy who was doing something. I didn't know what it was. And, you go to New Orleans, somebody's always doing something in New Orleans. But there was a guy that was doing something. And a lot of people crowded around him or near him on this corner. And so I was walking that way anyway and got closer and noticed he had a canvas there and some spray paint cans. And he was spray painting the canvas. And I thought that was odd because I had never seen a painter paint an image using spray paint. Regular brushes, of course, but spray paint, I'd never seen that before. And but it was just crazy because people were gathered and watching, but none of us really knew what this guy was doing. It was a blank canvas. And from a blank canvas, I know he had about 40 cans of paint, different colors, on the ground, and he would stand up, shake it, and just doing this wild painting, put it down, shake it, do this wild painting over the canvas. And all of us were just kind of in the crowd, really in awe, because again, all we saw was a blank canvas, a bunch of paint, and him throwing paint everywhere. And we were some of us were confused, some of us were in awe, some of us were sitting in expectation, waiting. And there's something that's important to recognize. Nobody knew the final outcome of the painting but the artist. And your life works the same way. When you are attempting to paint a destination for your life, you're attempting to map out a plan for your life, it is less important who understands the plan that you have. Well, make no mistake about it. There were people in the crowd that had all kinds of different, I'm sure, perspectives and thoughts about, what is this guy doing? But there were three things that I noticed that never shook the painter. Number one, it didn't matter to him who understood. It didn't matter to him who believed in him. And it did not matter to him who agreed with him. And this is a lesson I want you to grab there, because when you are painting the canvas that is your life, it matters little who understands you. It matters little who believes in you. And it honestly matters little who agrees with you, especially when your plan is a credible, solid plan that's going to benefit your life, not harm your life. I'm not talking about making reckless decisions. But I'm talking about when your plan is a solid life that's going to benefit your life, make your life better and not worse. We got to take the lead of this artist because he really gave us a lot of lessons here. On a blank canvas, surrounded by a lot of people who were all kinds of feelings, he did not let sway him who understood, who believed, and who agreed. And that's really a life lesson we can all take to our lives. But anyway, he's painting. And I noticed, as he was painting, you could start to see some images on the wall, but you couldn't quite make out what it is that he was doing in the beginning. But none of that seemed to shake the artist, right? He just kept doing what he was doing. This is another point that I want you to keep in mind, right? When you're building your life and you're saying, Dr. Zeb, I really want something better for my life, but the ideas that I have, the interests that I have are so out of the norm. They're not in alignment with what people would want for me. Even though these are good things. Again, I'm not talking about bad decisions, crazy decisions. I'm talking about solid decisions that will benefit your life, but people still don't understand. I noticed something, that painter's focus was on what he was building and what he knew. So when you are designing your life, your focus has to be on what you're building and what it is that you know. You are building your goals. You are building your dream life. You are building the things that you intend to have in your life, the goals you intend to receive in your life. And what is most important is what you're building and what you know while you're building it. Because again, if your goal is not my goal, it would be crazy for you to get so frustrated with me because I don't understand your goal to the point where it causes you to quit pursuing your goal. So many people have literally given up on their dreams, not because their dreams weren't reachable. They gave up on their dreams because they were frustrated that people could not figure out what it is that they were constructing. People simply couldn't understand what it was that they were doing. And you got to understand that when it comes to creating your life, like a painter starts on a blank canvas, and the only person that sees the end goal is the artist. Your life, when it's a blank canvas and you are creating your life, the only person that truly knows what you desire and the end goal is you. And so it matters not what people understand. It matters not if people know what you're building. It matters not if people know what you know. What's most important is that in the back of your mind, as you're working, as you're grinding daily, as you're doing the things that you need to do to pursue your goals, it's just most important as the artist that you know what the final outcome is going to be. And I get this because in life, it's very easy to get confused or feel lost or feel bothered when people don't understand you, don't understand your plans for your life, don't understand what it is that you're constructing to them. And it's funny, I was standing beside some guy, I remember this very vividly, standing beside some guy. You never meet a stranger in New Orleans, by the way. Standing beside some guy, and he's just like, yeah, man, I have no idea what this guy is doing. Like, this is just like crazy to me. And while I didn't know what he was drawing, it wasn't crazy to me. I could see images starting to form, and the more his vision became clear to him, the even more clear it became to me. And there's a lesson in this because there were a lot of people standing around and some people were just confused, right? And if the artist would have gotten so hurt by people's confusion about his art, he would have stopped in the middle of the project. He had to proceed forward with crafting his image, with crafting his painting, regardless of who understood, regardless of who was confused or who got it. But he had to have known in the back of his mind, number one, I know what I'm drawing. And number two, while there are some people that are confused, there are other people who probably can see what I'm getting at. And I was in the latter group. I didn't know exactly what he was drawing, and I should have brought 2 drawings down because I ended up buying 2 paintings from him. While I didn't know exactly what he was painting while he was painting it, you know what? I think I'll put that as the thumbnail. Let's do that. I didn't know exactly what he was drawing while he was painting it. What I did know and what I was able to see was that there was a clear image that was forming. And we have to know this, that in life, when you are crafting your dream life, when you are aligning things in your life with your goals and the vision and the plan that you have for your life, you've got to understand that some people are going to get it and some people are not. And my question to you is simple. Are you going to let the 1 or 2 people in the crowd that don't get it influence you and keep you from pursuing the thing that you see as the vision, the goal, the plan for your life? Never get swayed by the crowd. Never allow what people don't understand to keep you from pursuing what it is that you clearly understand for your life. So many people in this generation, we are, my research, deals a lot with social media in this generation, celebrity culture. And this generation is so swayed by confirmation and validation. This idea that my picture isn't nice if everybody doesn't like it. People literally take photos down if after 2 hours they've got 20 likes. It's this idea that if people don't validate me, then what I'm doing is not valuable or is of no worth. And I'm here to tell you, when you are crafting out and mapping out your life, it matters less who understands you. It matters more, especially if these plans, again, are healthy, not harmful, are going to benefit your life. I want to keep giving that caveat because I don't like for people to take my talks and just run with them. I'm not giving you a license to make reckless decisions and make bad decisions. But I'm talking about those decisions, those desires you have that will benefit you, that will empower your life. It matters less who understands. You get to a place as a painter where you can have clearly in your image what's going to go on that blank canvas. And even when people can't see it, you've got the ability to keep on drawing anyway. All right. And so I noticed that he kept drawing, and then the images started to get clearer and clearer, more and more clearer, more and more clear. Started to get more and more clear to the point where most of the crowd, by the time he was, I would say 3 minutes from finish, most of the crowd was like, oh, yeah, that's an eye, that's a vase. Oh, yeah. By the time it came into fruition, everybody that was standing there understood it. But while it was being developed, only few people understood it. Can I say this to you? When you are crafting something amazing for your life, few people are going to get it in the beginning. One of the books that I wrote talks about the traits of a trailblazer. And I've been fortunate enough, I believe, to do some things and accomplish some things where I've had a few people here and there call me a trailblazer. Let me tell you something that's so amazing about trailblazers. Trailblazers really not only don't need confirmation before they pursue their dreams, trailblazers can see it before you see it and regardless of if you see it. Trailblazers can see it before you see it and regardless of whether or not you see it. And so I found that just dynamic very interesting, that people finally came around when he was the artist was about 3 minutes away from finish. Everybody finally came around. Oh, that's what. And that didn't sway him. It didn't frustrate him. He just realized that to draw the image that he put on this blank canvas, it required his ability to keep being creative and to continue to pursue his desires and his goals, regardless of who understood it. And I want to tell you this, when you are mapping out your life on this blank canvas, I want you to be creative. You literally can design, and I don't want you to ever forget this, you literally can design anything you want for your life if you believe it. I'm going to say that again. You literally can design, construct, draw anything from your life if you believe it. The only prerequisite is your belief. The only prerequisite of whether or not your goals can work is your faith. The only prerequisite of whether or not your dreams for your life can work is your faith. The only prerequisite of whether or not that business can work that you want to start is your faith. The only prerequisite of whether or not that relationship can work is your faith. That's it. Doesn't require anything else. And then when you know it can work, you then become the artist to begin to construct that in your life. And it doesn't matter what people think they are looking at. 9 times out of 10, what people think they see and what they will see when it's done are two totally different things. All right. So let me wrap this up. How then, as an artist, do we construct? If you're saying, Dr. Zed, we are artists of our lives, we have the ability to construct our lives and build our lives to be what it is, then how do we get a blank canvas? Well, this is how I get one. Every single day I meditate. Meditation is nothing more than sitting in stillness. That's all it is. And when you meditate every single day, you're literally getting into a quiet space where you're not thinking about anything but your thoughts. And you are attempting to monitor your thoughts and practice stillness and being present in the moment. This is what I've discovered from personal work, that when you meditate every day, it's like taking your life that has a lot of things drawn. If your life is the canvas, you've got a lot of things on your life, right? Because you had a lot of experience, and every experience is representative of a mark on your canvas. But when you meditate, you are erasing especially negative experiences from your canvas so that you can draw new experiences onto your canvas. And that's what meditation does. When you learn how to sit in stillness and silence, it's like taking an eraser and erasing over the canvas and marking out all negative experiences, keeping the positive ones. And then when you finish, letting it dry, and then drawing brand new positive experiences onto your canvas. And so the easiest way to get to a somewhat blank canvas is through meditation. You need to spend at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day meditating, right? I like to do it. There's no real set time. You have to do it. I like to do it every morning when I get up. It's one of the first things that I do every single morning. Even before I work out now, I meditate and sit in silence. And actually, I'm up to about 30 minutes now. I've had really good meditation sessions of upwards of 60 minutes of literally sitting upstairs in the spot where I sit in silence, eyes closed, just in silence, thinking about nothing, and really practicing being present in the moment. And when you do that and you've experienced negative things in your life, and you've gone through negative experiences in your life, meditation and stillness helps to calm you, and it helps to erase those memories, and it helps to erase the negative emotions associated with those memories, and it helps to reset how you feel about your past and even your present and your future, so that you have this blank canvas on which you can construct your future, right? And what is unfortunate is so many people are trying to construct a future on a damaged canvas. So many people are trying to construct a future on a crowded canvas that's filled with all types of negative experiences. And I don't care how beautiful your goals are, it's not gonna look the same if the canvas is all crowded and convoluted, right? So spend at least 10 to 15 minutes daily just meditating, right? Saying, listen, before I start my day, I'm gonna clear my canvas, right? So that when I think about things that I wanna pursue in my day, when I wanna go after goals or dreams that I wanna pursue in my life, I'm like that artist, drawing it on something as blank and empty as possible so that it can create the best image, not only for me, but for everyone else that's watching me, okay? So that's how you build your life as an artist, right? You don't pay attention to the crowd, and you don't allow what people to see or understand or not understand to impact what it is that you're instructing. You keep in mind that you're the artist, you know what the end goal looks like, and frankly, everybody else can get in where they fit in. And if you do that and lace your day every single day with at least 10 to 15 minutes of meditation, I'm telling you, negative thoughts, negative emotions, anxiety, depression, those things that keep you from being able to focus on your future and your goals and the things you want to construct for your life, those things will disappear when you spend daily time in stillness and quietness so that you can prepare your canvas for the life that you're trying to construct. Listen, if this made sense, I want you to like this video. Do me a favor, I want you to share this video with as many people as you can. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And remember, you've got 2 jobs. 1, I want you to be better today than what you were yesterday. And 2, don't forget what I told you. Now go after it.